Hey, what's up everybody? This is Chicken Possible, back with another Xbox Game Pass quest guide. Today we're going to be doing the quest, this is a monthly quest for the game Disneyland Adventures, which of course is available on Game Pass. And the quest is for us to earn 150,000 coins within the game. So I'll be walking you through that. It will probably take you about half an hour, I'm going to say, to complete this. But I'll show you the quickest way to go ahead and get started with it. So we'll choose an empty save slot here and just start up with a new game. I'm going to warn you up front, I'm going to fast forward a lot through this because this game is kind of repetitive and obvious at times. I mean, it's a kid's game, so basically, as soon as you get finished talking to Mickey outside of Disneyland here, he asks you to go ahead and get Donald's autograph, which you can pretty much ignore that. We're not really worried about doing that sort of thing. What we're going to work for is getting the coins in the game. So the first thing we're going to do is basically go ahead and run inside of the castle that will be straight in front of you once you get started. And this game has, I guess, what you would call rides on it, sort of like if you were at the Disneyland theme park itself out in California. But so the first one that we can come to and utilize for collecting coins is the Peter Pan ride, which you'll find over on your right just past Captain Hook as you come into the park. And once you bypass the dialogue that's there, you can basically walk up to the little portal and press X to interact with it and get started on Peter Pan's flight. Let's see. So the way this works, there are 4 chapters that we'll go through. You'll be collecting coins in every chapter. Some chapters, it's a little bit easier to earn coins than others. But basically, I'm going to go through all 4 of the chapters and then do a little bit of extra work to get us up to 150,000 coins. So I'll walk you through the process, and you can skip cutscenes by pressing A. But basically, try to collect these groups of coins as you're flying along. You do have control over your character's flight path, so you can kind of move them up, down, left, right, and you do have to get fairly close to the coins to actually collect them. If you're too far off, then they won't actually get captured. You can see your total collected at the upper center there. So I've got 2010 at the moment, so you can keep tabs on it that way. And sometimes there are split paths, so you can kind of choose which path you want to go on. It doesn't really make a lot of difference. You're not going to fail regardless of which path you choose. For the groups of coins, sometimes they'll be a little bit out of reach, like they'll be high, so you'll have to press A to sort of boost your character up really high to be able to grab those. But basically that's it. You don't have to get them all. Just try your best. Try to move to the position where you think you're going to be able to grab them, and collect as many as you possibly can. I think I ended up with about 23,000 by the end of this first chapter. So we're almost there. Basically, as soon as you zoom past Big Ben, then you're pretty much getting there. Close to the end of the chapter. I think we do kind of one loop around Big Ben, and then we finish like with this big soaring loop around Big Ben. So, which, if you don't know, is a very famous clock in London. So, you should go see it sometime after the COVID days are over, right? All right, so that finishes Chapter 1, The Skies of London, and you can, if you watch at the bottom right, you'll see the total that you got for that level, and upper left shows you your overall total. So since that was the first chapter, we only got 23,000 at the moment. So we'll move on to the Battle of the Jolly Roger, which is the second chapter. And I didn't collect nearly as many coins in this one. It is a little bit different style gameplay, though. So yeah, I'd recommend, I guess, going on to this one and finishing it out. It's pretty quick. Basically, you can move up and down. You're not moving forward. You're just kind of going up and down, side to side in this. And you're trying to smack these cannonballs back at the sailors that are shooting them at you, or the pirates that are shooting them at you. And you just use the right trigger to hit those back. Sort of think of it as like a strange game of tennis, I guess. So kind of position yourself in front of the cannonball, hit the right trigger, and it should automatically shoot back at the soldier. Now, when you get these crazy volleys where they're shooting the cannons at you, you could just kind of dodge the cannonballs because those are not ones that you can actually hit back. You're looking for the ones that have the fuses on them that the sailors throw at you. Kind of more of the bombs than the cannonballs, I guess. So this is a pretty quick battle, so that's the reason you don't end up with nearly as many coins on this one. But that's okay. It reduces the monotony of all of the flying on the on the other levels. Gives you a little bit of a break from that. Sometimes reducing the monotony in life is a good thing, I think. Alright, so as soon as you start flying around the boat there, that's the end of Chapter 2. And they'll give us a summary of our approximately 9,000 coins that we gathered in Chapter 2. You might do better. Let me know if you earn a ton more than I did. So we're at about 32,000 total at the moment. So we're getting there, a fifth of the way there so far. Again, just skipping the cutscenes and on to Chapter 3. Chapter 3, very similar to Chapter 1, so nothing really new here. Just, yeah, try and stay in the middle. Watch, use your peripheral vision to see where those coins are coming up and the position that you need to move into. Again, press the A button if you find that coins are too high and out of reach. That'll help you jump up temporarily and get a little bit higher to grab those kind of circular position sets of coins. And this chapter I actually ended up with quite a bit more than the first chapter. I don't know if that's just because I was flying better. I guess that's a potential that's a potential reason that I got more. But I ended up with about 33,000 compared to the 23,000 that I got on Chapter 1. So I'm sure you'll see something similar. Your flight will improve as you do it more in the game. But we just fast forwarded through that one, just zooming through it because it's basically the same as Chapter 1 with just different scenery. So about 33,000 there. And we'll move on to Chapter 4, Sword Fight with Captain Hook, which is pretty self-explanatory for the most part. The game is very good about telling you what he's about to do and what you need to do to avoid his attack. So it's always either A, to jump, or B, to duck, and that's pretty much it. And you'll notice that you get about 500 coins each time you avoid one of his attacks. So you can actually go on and on forever, I think, in this chapter. It seemed like it was lasting forever to me, and there were no other prompts to do anything. So I did not realize that I was supposed to be attacking him. But actually, after you dodge one of his attacks, you can actually counterattack with the X button. It's just that you don't get a prompt on screen to actually do that. So yeah, if you want to keep earning coins by dodging his attacks, you could do that, I think, endlessly here if you wanted to. But if you want to go ahead and progress through the fight, you need to start hitting X to smack him after he does one of his attacks. So you'll see I actually earned like 58,000 coins during this section just because I prolonged the attacking for so long. So do it however you want to do it. Sometimes with these quests there are quite a variety of different ways that you can succeed and accomplish the task that they're having us accomplish. But yeah, this is the approach that I took. So we'll go ahead and start smacking him. And start earning the rest of those coins and moving through the battle. So there you go. You can see I'm starting to attack him a little bit. It's still not giving me the X prompt to do it, but and you'll see that Captain Hook's health on the left side is starting to go down as we attack him more and more. So we're making progress through the battle, and I think there are like 3 different phases to this battle. So we start out on the main deck here, and then we kind of move up to the upper deck in just a minute. And then we eventually sort of graduate to the mast. We start fighting him on the mast of the ship, a la Peter Pan style. So. And it did seem to me when we got to this masked battle that it was easier to hit him if he was sort of standing upright. If he's like leaning back, then it seemed like he was blocking a lot better. So kind of make sure that his chest, his body's sort of vertical, or as vertical as it can be when you're doing your counter attack with the X button. And you'll be able to defeat him and complete Chapter 4 of Peter Pan's Flight.
And down you go.
Careful, he's gonna attack.
You almost made me fall.
Alright, so there we go. That's the end of the sword fight with Captain Hook. And you'll see I got about 58,000 coins on that one. So we're getting very close now to the 150,000. We're at basically 124,000 at the moment. So at this point, there are a variety of things that you could do. Basically, I would recommend go ahead and repeating one of the chapters, whichever one you prefer. I thought the Skies of London was the coolest one, so I went back to Chapter 1 and flew through that quickly to get the extra 25,000 coins that I needed, or close to 26,000 coins. But luckily, my flying improved, as I mentioned, so I was much better at hitting that A button to jump up a little bit higher and grab the sets of coins. So I got quite a few more than I did the first time through. So. And if you find that going back and repeating one chapter isn't enough, I would say just repeat another chapter, basically, and you should be able to get to your 150,000 that you need. All right, so we got 31,000 that time through, which is way more than the 26,000 that we needed. So we're at 150,000 coins at this point. So let's go ahead and hop over to the Game Pass app and we'll turn in our Disneyland Adventures quest and grab those 75 rewards points. So that's pretty much it for today for Disneyland Adventures. Yeah, check back on my channel here. I've got more guides coming out today for all of the Xbox Game Pass quests that are available for the month of August. So thanks so much. Thanks for watching, guys. If you found that video helpful, please be sure to click the subscribe button on YouTube and hit that bell for notifications. You can also find links in the description for other social media links of mine. Stay tuned for more Microsoft rewards and achievement guides, and I'll see you in the next one.